Hello and welcome. Today we are at a beautiful location, Uttarkashi in Uttarakhand, and I have with me Mrs. Dipa Sengupta. I call her Auntie fondly. Dipa Auntie has been an educator for over 31 years. She started as a school teacher and then she went on to don multiple administrative roles of principals, white principals, advisors to a lot of schools in Jamshedpur, and she is one of the prominent educators in my city, and I'm truly honored to have her in our podcast. And we'll talk about the education system and really connect it to our overall theme in Thrive Together, which is artificial intelligence, Gen AI tools, and all of such. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. Dipanti, we've kind of grown up with you and the helm of affairs in our schools. So wanted to understand from you about what do you think the Indian education system really, is about to a child who enters into the system and is, really the parents put the child into the system, very trusting hands in terms of making sure that the learning takes place. So where does the education system stand? Over the years, you've seen many generations of students pass out. So what is your thought about that?
Well, we didn't have a policy, as everybody knows, that we really didn't start off with a policy of our own. We were meddling with a whole lot of other ideas of other countries, knowing our colonial system. But then slowly we started understanding who we are, what works with us and what doesn't work with us. Actually, one basic flaw in our, I wouldn't say system, our thinking in the society is basically our children are supposed to prepare for earning money, not for knowledge. The definition of success then becomes, are you earning a lot? Then you're a success. It's not, are you happy? Are you creative? Are you, going to do wonders for the next generation? Well, that never comes to play, that particularly in the minds of parents.
Absolutely.
The first thing is that we have to recognize the inner person, what the child's good at, what the child loves and will be a success in. Well, that most of the time does not match with the parental expectation or the societal expectation. That's where the thing. I've had children, they are now past 50s, more than 50 years old. Well, they failed in 9th standard, some have failed in +2, some were disasters, but some are very successful film stars. I don't know if I can name them. And wonderful doctors and, all kinds of people making fantastic designs in the new design world and things like that. So, if we only remove the barriers, that you can't do this, then the world is too small for them.
Absolutely. No, just to kind of think of it, if somebody would have, say, did not score well in 9th standard or 10th standard or 8th standard, just kind of given up.
Yeah.
Because, and it happens.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
So
many times.
They just give up.
Yes.
And that is such a waste.
Absolutely.
In not only the society, for everybody else,
Yes.
the talent that the person, but if the person really hangs on to a single thread, which maybe some ray of hope they would have gotten.
It's very easy. It's very easy because, you see, I personally, suppose a child is not doing remarkably well. Everybody wants a quantum jump. We're humans, come on. Okay, then I would probably, ask to point out, see, you've got 3 marks more than last time. Isn't it great? Make a big thing about it. That's one thing. There have been children, I have met kids with dyslexia when people didn't even know about it. And I asked teachers, get them to answer your what you want to know orally. They don't need to write. And one of them is a fashion designer, successful fashion designer.
Any examples that come to your mind?
Well, just off the thing, there was this kid, it was standard 8 or 9. To me, it's okay. And I was actually fed up of teachers constantly complaining about him. Oh, he's this, he's that, and etc. Then I called the parent. Now my thing about calling the parent is, well, I'm also a parent of your child, so let's sit together. But parents, the moment they get a call from the principal, they become defensive.
A lot.
Okay, initially, so first thing is get them to feel, okay, I'm on your side, right? And then this parent, he was very, he sort of broke down. मैं क्या करूँ? I mean, मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है. I said, क्यों नहीं होगा? Definitely होगा. I told him that one day your son is going to do excellently, but just believe in him. I'm telling you, believe in him. Now the marks he is getting and the reports, the remarks that the teachers are just
does not define him.
It does not define him. He's feeling constricted. He's got a lot of energy, which we don't have the facility to, things. Now, just about a couple of years back, or maybe lesser than that, he gives me a call, this boy. He's in his 30s. He gives me a call and says, you know what, ma'am? When I told my father that I am now the chief of some kind of digital learning in India and the Far East, the first thing that my father told me over the phone, your ma'am was right. That was my report card. That was my report card.
Wow.
I was so happy, so happy. Probably I was happier than his father.
I'm sure.
This kind of thing.
This is
this kind
so
of thing.
fulfilling. What are your thoughts about the teaching profession? Now that you're saying it's so fulfilling, but is it fulfilling at all times?
Not at all. It's a very sad situation, like everybody knows. Everybody knows the kind of involvement that is expected from the teacher's side. No other profession, other than probably the physicians and surgeons and nursing, no other profession can come anywhere near. And we carry the problems of children, not only problems, the successes and the 24 hours with us.
And so many of them.
And so many of them. Parents say, I can't manage my child. Come on, we have 45 of your kids and we are managing, and when we fail or slip up, you blame us. It's not fair. And monitoring, I'm not even going there. Let's not go there. It's a huge, big discussion. So, most people, they would like to do a lot more if only the system allowed them. I mean, can you imagine within 45 minutes you have to teach, go across, instruct, correct, and then pat a child and say, no, never mind. Hey, you want to go to the toilet? Okay, come on. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible. Possible. How much can you do? And look at the hours that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That kind of things.
Moving to the next part, which is the hot trend, I think it's a revolution of sorts.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Which has been there for some time, and now it's kind of all
caught
up.
on.
And I'm sure you are very much caught on to the latest. It's artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence and learning had to go hand in hand, right? Because it's all about content. It's all about instruction. It's all about knowledge, because it's basically contextualizing, So what happens is in a classroom, one teacher, there is a huge problem of heterogeneity, right? Where the teacher is forced to
take a middle path
and basically give the instruction to the children based on a curriculum which is on the middle path.
Absolutely.
You have the higher...
Denying the excellent ones and unnecessarily pulling up those who are struggling.
Absolutely.
It's not fair.
It's not
to anybody.
Not at all, right? So what happens is that a lot of children, even the brilliant ones, keep developing learning gaps.
Absolutely.
They've not fully understood, but the teacher had to move on.
Absolutely.
Right? So here we have somebody, if we have a system, if designed right, can contextualize your learning for you.
Absolutely.
Which is which was never possible, and this is basically becoming the
norm.
It's a new wave of education.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts about it?
Well, at my age, I'm supposed to be very rigid, but I'm not.
all
I'm
know
quite excited about the whole thing, in spite of the fact, and which is very natural, that there is always a huge, big group of naysayers. Okay, it always happens when computers first came and things for everything. But the thing is that I am excited because this, on one hand, it opens up infinite possibilities. Okay, so that makes me very excited. But what pulls me back is, well, it will need a lot of thinking to keep things properly channelized. Okay, I don't know if I'm saying, okay, so properly channelized. And yes, like a very intelligent student will definitely get inputs that will feed his hunger for knowledge. All right, and somebody who's struggling will feel quite comfortable. I'm not bad, I'm fine. The AI says so. But at the end of it, what I'm apprehensive about is, will this AI take away like this, when I tell a child, never mind, so often I have given them a pat on the shoulder, can AI do that? And that child, still remembers that teacher. That child is a CEO in Dubai, still remembers that, that moment.
That cannot be replaced.
That's what I'm afraid of.
I hope that we cannot, because we all have our, favorite teachers, our favorite learning moments.
Absolutely,
all of those things
absolutely.
cannot.
That's what I worry
But what
about.
AI will actually end up doing is what I think, is it will not only empower the students, it will empower the teachers to actually end up doing what they should do the most, which is teach.
So I'm very optimistic about it.
It is
I don't understand anything of it because, and I'm too old to learn new things, but I'm very optimistic.
And that is enough for us. You are enough for us. So that is great.
But I wish you, all of you, all the best. And I'm really, that way I'm very young and excited. Absolutely. My mind is very young and excited, watching.
We will go on these roads once again.
Yes. Oh yes, oh yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And with that, it's a wrap on this beautiful discussion. Not only beautiful for the content, but also for the locale and for the human that we have here today. Thank you so much for watching.